Before we get started, I have a song that I wrote and that I want to sing.
Hey, quiet.
And then I have a video that I want to show.
No, I only have this time ready until midnight.
But before that, I was going to ask all the groomsmen to please give a little toast to John and Susie and just say anything that has to do with anything.
Pass that section of the agenda, please.
Anything in the video, please.
Overruled.
Let's go to the tape.
Shouldn't we watch the video here song first?
No.
What's the point then?
Tell a little story.
Or you can come up with any little story, any type of naked thing he did years ago, whatever.
No.
I know a lot of naked stories.
We don't have time for all those, David.
So, I'm just going to ask the groomsmen to start now, and would anyone like to go first? If not, I will appoint a gentleman. Go ahead, Tick.
I want to find out. I always thought John was the perfect teenager in Timberlake. Please tell me he wasn't.
It was me. Just kidding. But I had my first beer last night. And if anybody and there'll be no interruptions during the toast, or the fire classes at first 3 minutes.
You know, David, actually, you might want to stand up for a second. It's funny, I wrote a song myself.
There we go. There it comes.
I want to tell my favorite John Troutwine Paul Tickey story. We have this reputation of, well, when we were growing up, being very alike. John knows the story because we probably talked about it 2 days ago. And we went to junior high together, high school together, college together. And our freshman year of baseball, we had already gotten a reputation. This was like 3/4 of the way through the year, so people already realized these guys are way too much alike. You know, they're like, well, they said things about us.
Go ahead, Blake. Where are you?
We're roommates after all, and we can get into the naked stuff later. We're down on our spring trip, our first baseball trip together in college. And we were pitching together, or not pitching together. We did a lot of things together.
We're not a lot alike. We can't do that.
But the very first game that John ever pitched in was against Michigan State. And I don't know if it was a doubleheader or a one-game
Doubleheader. Double.
And he was brought into the game and did not have an auspicious start.
Good word, Jake. Good.
I know, I like that word. Hang on, I got some more.
How many groomsmen are there?
John comes in, he probably pitches, I don't know, an inning or two. Didn't get very far.
Actually, a third of an inning.
He proceeded to load the bases, give up a grand slam home run, get a couple more base runners on, give up a 3-run home run.
That was a good outing.
Now, John and I grew up together. We were very competitive, so I'm sitting on the bench going, I can do better than that. So the coach says,
Impossible to work.
Ticky, go in relief. The game's already out of hand. I go in, load the bases, give up a grand slam, get 2 guys on, give up a 3-run home run, get out of the inning, come back to the bench, and another fellow pitcher guy goes, you guys do everything alike.
Thank you, Dick. Would not get pushed. I made that promise, but it was you don't call me. I will.
buddy Johnny, who was really nothing like me at all. Cool. But here's the Johnny, the groom, and Susie, his beautiful bride-to-be. Sorry, Gwen. But I go back. I think of the first time I met John. I grew up in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and I was getting some crazy Northwestern rag. But the big announcement, they signed two big studs from Barrington, John Troutwine and Paul Tickey.
We do everything like that.
And I'll never forget, though, I was picturing who these guys are, and I was a first baseman, and I read that these guys were pitcher/first baseman. Okay? Very first day at Northwestern, I'm in an elevator, and there's a big, tall, blonde guy, and a brown-haired guy. You got a box-like shape. I'm thinking now, this might be the two I read about. And tell us more about the blonde guy. And sure enough, I looked at the two of these guys, and they're looking at me, and I looked at them and said, "You guys are from Barrington, aren't you?" Yeah. That's a attitude test, I know. Yeah. In unison, I looked at both staring at eye, and I said, "Stay away from first base." If I wouldn't have said that at this stage, John Troutwine would not have made the major league. It goes into another story when one day we were playing baseball down in Florida, and coach, for some inexplicable reason, said, "Hey, John, why don't you DH this game?" DH means designated hitter, which means he gets the hit. So he batted third, and I batted my customary fourth slot. And Johnny struck out 4 times that game. I swear to God, he struck out 4 times. Coach takes me aside and said, "Look, I didn't mean to do this to Troutwine, but I'm embarrassing the hell out of him. You went up, he's striking out. You strike out 3 times. Sure." Bend over backwards for this guy. Johnny, remember the time we got kicked out of our hotel room one night? And he was pitching the next day. And we had no place to stay, and we go in this seedy little nasty hotel. Now, if you can picture a guy named Pigpen in the Peanuts comic strip, we had a catcher who was just like, the guy smelled all the time, he's sweaty, he's nasty. What does that have to do with anything? Well, they put 3 guys into a room, and it was me, Troutwine, and this Pigpen character. And Trouty looks at me and he says, "There's only 2 beds." Trouty looks at me and he says, "I get to sleep alone." I said, "Why?" He says, "I'm pitching tomorrow." I slept with a guy who caught a doubleheader that night and left his clothes on for him. Yeah. I didn't do that. It's not in the major league. You know, we all make our sacrifices. Susie is making her sacrifice because let's face it, the guy's still got a box shape, only a little larger. He's losing his hair, for Christ's sake. I think it's all transferring to his back. Well, my toast is, if I had a drink, is to Susie, really, because Susie, welcome to the baseball family and this whole family here. We think you're absolutely the best, and best of luck, and we're really happy for you and John. I'm going to put music to the poem that John's been
Ladies and gentlemen, John Wilkins.
Yes, I just put a beam.
Watch your head!
I really don't have any stories that would embarrass you other than involving Band-Aids, but to New Jersey for you and for Susie, and it's pretty special to see a lot of friends from college and high school, and I'm starting to cry. From your workplace and from Germany, I mean, all over the world.
In the neighborhood.
And, yeah, neighborhood. Wasn't very good. very good. Thank you very much. You look at a lot of the people here, and they all come together as kind of a quilt. There's a patchwork of different people from different parts of your life, and I'm one of those patches, and Julie is one of those patches, and I know both of us think a great deal about you, and I'm sure everybody else in this room does too. And Susie, the same for you, and our quilt of friendship and familyship and whatever it might be. We all love you, and cheers. Good luck.
Yeah. Pretty. The beauty of a marriage is that each person brings their talents, and, their personal characteristics into it. And when they get together, they feed off each other, and they make each other grow and mature and become as a unit much stronger than they were individually. And Susie I've met and just thought, what a lovely gal, just a terrific gal. But I don't know any embarrassing stories about her. I don't know much about her background. Trouty, I can talk about. The unique things about Trouty are his generosity, his courage, his kind of zest for life. And those qualities are exemplified in some of the things that I witnessed him go through in college. Generosity, sensitivity. I remember a 9-year-old boy, big Wildcat baseball fan, and whenever John Troutwine would pitch, that 9-year-old boy would be up at the stadium watching him play. And the kid was born with bad foot, and he was never going to play baseball. But he looked up to Trouty, and I went to every game, and Trouty didn't really know it, but you'd hear this lone voice crying for him out in the crowd. And over the course of the season, I think somebody reminded John that this kid was there to play for him and watch him play, and that he was his personal hero. And at the end of the season, when they were supposed to turn the uniforms in, Trouty autographed his uniform and gave it to that 9-year-old kid. Wait a minute. That was sticky. I'm sorry. The one I wanted to tell was, through a distant relative, that another distant relative was in need of a kidney. And John, having two of them, two functioning kidneys, decided to cancel his entire spring break, be flown to Seattle, Washington, and gave one of his kidneys. Unbelievable. Torture, I went to his son, where the young boy lived. Jonathan, here he is, one kidney. John, leading a full life. That wasn't you, Okay, sports. I'm sorry. I definitely got one for sports. I remember John walked on the basketball team, playing against his home state, Indiana. Brian Stanley throws in 17 points and hits one at the buzzer to beat the team that never recruited Indiana University under Bobby Knight. That's Johnny Keith. I'm sorry. That was you. I got the video today. You banked the money. The real reason I don't have any raunchy stories to tell is because I wouldn't tell them in good company. But Jonathan is truly, he's not a repository of those kind of stories, because in everything that I have witnessed him do, he has done it with utmost